Welcome to Beginning English Research, Finding Your Ancestors in England. Before we get into the details of beginning English research, we can look at some of the facts about the immigrant population in the United States. First of all, almost 13% of the present population of the U.S. is foreign-born. But of the entire population, over 26 million people in the United States claim English ancestry, according to the United States Census. Most of this English ancestry is concentrated in the New England states. If your ancestors came from New England, there's a very good chance that one or more of your ancestral lines came originally from England. With any immigrant ancestral issue, getting started is the challenge. The first thing you need to understand is that you have to get across the ocean. But research starts in the place where your ancestor ended up. A lot of beginning researchers make the mistake of trying to find their ancestor in a foreign country without doing the basic research here in the United States before to find out where the person lived. The challenge, of course, with England is not only identifying the country, but the county and the parish where the immigrant lived in England. The parish is the church subdivision. In England, this may be a little bit confusing because there are both civil and church parishes. To get started, I would suggest watching the video, Coming to America, Finding Your Immigrant Ancestors. This 58-minute video is free on FamilySearch.org in the Learning Center. You can find the Learning Center up in the right-hand corner under the Get Help menu. Click on Get Help and then click on the Learning Center and look for this video. Once you discover the county and the parish where your ancestor lived from records in the United States, you can begin your voyage of discovery. And you can begin searching for your records about your family. I would suggest starting with the FamilySearch Research Wiki. This reference is on FamilySearch.org, and it is tens of thousands of pages of encyclopedic information about where to find genealogical records. This doesn't contain the names of your ancestors, but it does contain helps on where to find them. If you go to the Research Wiki, you search by topic or by place. I'd suggest searching first for the topic England Genealogy. Next, if you look at the page, you'll see that there are links to each English county. The links are on either a map or on a list. You can get to the same counties by clicking either. If you just happen to know where the county is, it might be easier to click on the map. Otherwise, the alphabetical list makes that process much simpler. The next place to look is in the FamilySearch.org catalog. The catalog is available under the Search menu on the startup page. If you see the top of the page here on the screen, it says Search. There's a pull-down menu to the catalog. The catalog is a list of all of the resources in the FamilySearch library system. The FamilySearch library, the Family History Library in Salt Lake, and all of the rest of the Family History Centers and FamilySearch libraries around the world that have contributed their catalog items to this huge online unified source. Again, as with the wiki, on the catalog you search by place or by topic. I would suggest by place. In this case, we start searching by putting in England in the search field. Once you have a list of all the records in England, you have to remember that these records that are in the catalog are not cumulative. So all the records that show for England could possibly help you find your ancestor. In addition, you can click on places within England and see a list of the counties. Further, each county will show a place within the county, usually a list of the parishes and some towns. You will find thousands of rolls of microfilm and other resources that are available through the Family Search catalog on FamilySearch.org. The microfilm records must be ordered through Family Search. There is a fee for ordering the films, and they are sent to a local family history center in your area. The next step is to search the historical record collections on FamilySearch.org. That is also located on the pull-down menu under the Search tab. You can click on the map for England and get a summary of the suggested ways to start searching. Once you have chosen England, in the pop-up menu, the page will let you take any number of different ways of starting your research. First, there's the England Indexed Historical Records. These are digitized records on FamilySearch.org that are available to be searched because they have been indexed. There are millions of these records. The next category is the England Images-Only Historical Records. Many of the parish register records that are available on FamilySearch.org have yet to be indexed. And they're searched by searching the same way you would search a microfilm, page by page, looking for your ancestors' names. Fortunately, most of the parish registers are organized chronologically, so you can find names by looking carefully. The next is the Learning Center videos. I mentioned one earlier, but there are over 500 Learning Center videos available for free. The Family Search catalog that I also mentioned is linked here from the page, as is the Family Search Wiki. Of course, there are other important online resources. Perhaps the most important of these is a subscription website called findmypast.com. This and the other subscription websites, findmypast.com, ancestry.com, and myheritage.com, are valuable places to look for records. Although Find My Past and Ancestry have more English-oriented records than some of the other websites. You may also want to look for a website called Origins English Genealogy Sites. This is a comprehensive listing of English genealogy websites. I'd also recommend the Online Parish Clerks. It's a compilation of each of the parish clerk records that are online. In England, the parishes maintain their own records, and many of them have their own websites, so those records are only available online through the parish clerks' websites. You can find each of these sites by doing a Google search or by typing in the name of the website and its address. How do we begin doing research in England? There are basically 3 records that we need to consult. These each have a start date. However, all English records concerning individuals in detail, such as births, marriages, and deaths, only began being recorded in 1538. It's very difficult to find records before that time. The first category of records to search are civil registrations, birth, marriage, and death records. These are maintained by the English government. There may be a charge from the English government to see these records, at least the originals. Next are census records. England has maintained and conducted a periodic census, and these records are invaluable in locating people inside the country. Another important record that I have already mentioned are parish registers. These are records kept by the church. The churches in England, even the Protestant churches, such as the Lutheran, such as the Presbyterian Church and the United Brethren, and other churches that came from England during the Reformation and afterwards, have maintained records in their parishes through their organization. Finally, I'd suggest a book. This book is called Ancestral Trails by Mark D. Herber. It is probably the most complete guide to British genealogy, as it says on the cover. It's about 700 pages long, and it has a lot of explanations and resources. This book is available in many libraries. You might want to check worldcat.org, WORLDCAT.org, for a library near you. But most of all, keep searching and don't give up.